Hey, Jack Squad. How's everybody doing today on this Friday morning? Hope everybody's doing well, and I hope you're making it happen for yourself. Got to make it happen for yourself, guys. So today, y'all, before I get started, don't forget to drop down in the description box and like, share, comment, subscribe. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And let me shout out my subscribers while I'm thinking about it. So we got Keitha Hamilton, Lemon Drop 4606, and my girl, she got it on here as Cornetta Tubbs, but that's my girl, Nene Tubbs, right? That's my friend that I've been knowing a long, long time, and she was down here when I got here. She went back home to Ohio when Corona came, be with her family, right? That's my girl, Nene. So anyway, again, my subs are Keitha Hamilton, Lemon Drop 4606, and my girl, Renee Tubbs. So anyway, y'all, 2021 been a hell of a year already. First 90 days out the gate already. You know, I believe in numbers, right? First 90 days is wild, right? Has been wild. I don't know what the rest of the year going to bring. All I know is I'm going to stay out the way. I'm going to stay out the way, right? So anyway, we had, in January, we had the uprising, the upheaval, the anarchy at the Capitol. Ain't never seen nothing like that, and hope we don't ever see nothing like that again. White folks going wild, right? In February, we had Gorilla Glue Girl who made the idiotic decision to put Gorilla Glue in her hair. All right? I can't even understand. Now, you know, prior to what I'm getting ready to talk about today, we had the whole explosive T.I. and Tiny situation. We had Kirk Franklin cussing out his son. Let me tell y'all something. Kirk Franklin cussing out his son was nothing. I don't even know why that made the news. I don't know why. Why? Because he's a godly man. We all godly folks. We cuss your kids out when they need to be cussed out. That was a grown man that was disrespectful. And Kirk came out his grown man, black man bad. Period. I don't even see why that was a big deal. Kirk, you don't owe nobody no explanation. You know, I watched the interview he had with Tamron Hall, and he was saying that, you know, they've been having problems with this boy all his life. You know, and him, his wife, and the boy's mom have been trying to go to counseling. They've been going to counseling. They've been doing all kind of stuff. He's just a nut, and that's what it is. If he don't take his medicine, if they ever prescribe him any, if he don't take it, he's going to always be a nut. And at some point, I know we all love our kids. Listen, at some point, you got to let it go. You know, you got to let it go. I'm speaking from personal experience. You know, once they get grown and they keep being disrespectful, you don't owe them nothing. You don't owe them nothing. So, Kurt, I ain't mad at you. Now we got this guy. Now, let me tell y'all something. I've been watching this guy, Derek Jaxn, for a few years. I can't even remember how long. Because, you know, when I went to his YouTube page, I had already been subscribed. For whatever reason, he wasn't coming down my timeline. But I've been watching him because I think I discovered him on Facebook. He would be talking. And I thought he was talking like good sense. We all like a black man with good sense, right? He's nice looking. He got good sense. I didn't put too much into it. He was just saying what he was saying, right? Now, unbeknownst to me, there were women that were just following him and, you know, just hanging on to him, right? He was buying all his books, all of this, all of that, all of that. They had bought into him, which that's okay. I just used to look at him to see what he had to say, just like this commentary, right? Well, now, this is a lot, y'all. Because I was going to actually talk about this 2 days ago, maybe 3. But every day, something else would come up. And then something else would come up. And it's like it's getting bigger and bigger and worser and worser. Is worser a word? Worser and worser. That's my word, right? Because that's how I have to explain it. It's just, you know, like I told y'all, I like the study of human behavior. When I went to college, before I decided I wanted to be in the streets and be a baby mama, I should have, that's, you know, a regret of mine that I didn't study sociology. Because I like the study human behavior, right? I like to know why people do what they do. And so this guy, Derek Jaxn, I got a lot of notes, y'all. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Because, like I said, it went on and on and on and on. Okay, so now, let me start. Where we going to start at? So, Derek Jaxn, for everybody who don't know, because a lot of people were not aware of who he was, he is what we call a relationship guru, right? And he would tell women I think he was really sort of banging on guys, you know, and telling women what kind of guys to mess with, don't mess with, and if he do this, and if how to know if a guy really like you, and how to know if you're the only one, you know, stuff like that. Relationship guru, right? And like I said, I've been following him for a few years. I don't remember when I started following him. I've been following him, right? And he always videoed in his car. That was his thing. That was his thing, right? So he's a relationship guru. Now we have found out that he's a cheater. Not just a regular cheater. He's the ultimate cheater, right? He's cheats, okay? Which is, y'all, it's a lot, right? So let me tell you. So he has a wife. Now, all these years that I have been watching him, I didn't know he had a wife because I don't think he ever mentioned a wife. I never thought about him having a wife. I just thought he was a guy talking about relationships, you know. Because, you know, there's another guy, I want to say his name is Tony Gaskins, I can't remember, that I would see on YouTube too. He would talk about his wife. This guy never talked about a wife, so I didn't think he had a wife, right? Child, I couldn't find out he's been with the woman since college. They've been together for years. Now, they haven't been married, I don't think, all that time. But they have 2 kids, and they have been together for a long time. I have a problem. Let me just start right here. If you are in a relationship and we don't know who your mate is, that's in regular life. If you're just a regular person, right? And we ain't never seen your mate, that's a problem. That's a problem, guys. Whether it's a problem, whether you hiding or he don't want to be seen. Either way, it's a problem. I had an auntie tell me a long time ago, she said, why you don't bring your guys around? I never thought about it, but she said, if he ain't worth being around your family, he ain't worth being with. Boom. Right? That stuck me like a, you know, like I got shot with an arrow or something, right? Yeah. I had an auntie tell me that long time ago, right? She's like, why we don't ever see your guys? You know? So if he's not, if your mate is not being shown, especially if you're a public figure, if your mate is not being shown, either A, you have something to hide, or B, they have something to hide. You know, when you have a mate, especially a mate of that long, those many years, you're supposed to show her. Be proud of her. You know what I'm saying? That came as a shock. That was shock number 1, that he had a whole wife. That was a shock, right? And so and her name is Denia Jaxn, right? Now, this is what happened. 2 of his mistresses, that's what they call them, 2 of his mistresses reached out to another popular blogger, Tasha K. Tasha K did an audio interview with him, you know, on the phone. We could hear it. I listened to both ladies, right? This is recent, too. This ain't a long time ago. This is recent, right? Now, the one lady, and I think he met both of them through, you know, his blog or whatever, right? His subscribers, his followers, whatever. And so the one girl said that she wanted some help from him, you know, she wanted some advice, whatever she wanted, right? He was having a book signing because he sells books. And I heard he's doing pretty well for himself, right? You know, actually, I just thought he was a guy just telling his feelings. You know, this is his life. This is his platform. This is how he gets money, right? And a lot of it, evidently. And so this particular young lady wanted him to sign her book. So she wanted to meet up with him. He met up with her. Okay, a relationship ensued. Now, she said she didn't know he had a wife. Now, he had 2 homes. He had a home in Atlanta. He had a home in Miami. And he would incorporate his friends with this. Her girlfriends with his guy friends, right? It was a thing. And I think she dated him for about 6-7 months. She dated him for a while. I can't remember because there was so much going on. She dated him for a while, right? I think she said she didn't know. Well, she did know. He told her, this particular lady did know, but he told her him and his wife were separated, and he took her to their house. He took her to their house and had sex with her in the marital bed. Okay? Now, as a woman, I don't know if I would have did that. But she said, this one lady said, she sent the lady stuff, but it was like boxes. Stuff was in boxes and stuff. I wouldn't have wanted to jump in that spirit like that. If I go to your house and there's boxes, it ain't all the way in. It ain't done. It's not done. Now, I get people be separated for years and years, just never divorced. I get all that. But if I go to your house and I still see her stuff in the bathroom, because girl said her stuff was in the bathroom, all in the room, all that, how do you lay down with that man? I couldn't do that because her spirit is all up in there. Ain't no good gonna come to that, right? As you see. So she said he told her that she was out of town somewhere. Now, the wife did say when they interviewed that she was with her parents in, I want to say, somewhere that I didn't think black folks would be a lot. Not Oklahoma, somewhere else, right? I can't think right now. But anyway, she was with her parents. Where was she at? She was somewhere, because when they said it, I was like, But anyway, she was with her parents during this break. This was a breakup time, right? Now then, so he dated her. And then she, it's like he was still with the wife. The other young lady, this was new too, like in the this year, same thing, right? But I think one of those ladies he would take to his home in Miami. He had a condo or something, apartment or something in Miami, right? And like I said, he would incorporate his friends, their friends, his friends, everybody. We having a good time, which in essence sound good, unless you got a wife, right? So that's two. Now then, they spoke with Tasha. So I guess for him to get in front of it, because Tasha K gonna blow it up. She's gonna blow it all the way up to the sky. She's gonna blow it. There's gonna be pieces, right? He got in front of it and did a video with his wife. Now let me tell you what I saw and what the problem is with that. Now, he did the video with his wife. Listen, I didn't like the way she looked, right? Now, I thought she had a little misplaced tam on her head. I've since learned that that's a bonnet. I thought it was a tam. I was like, she got a turtleneck and a tam. Why does she look like that, right? Now then, let me tell you about me and most women. I don't know if most women would even get on. Well, he's a public figure. John Gray's wife did it. But I'm not going to get on and sit there while my husband explains why he cheated, who he cheated with, the reasons, and he getting help. I don't want to. That's you to do. You do that. You do that. I'm not going to sit down. And if I do sit down with you, I'm going to be looking so fabulous. People are going to be wondering, well, why did he even leave, right? And speaking so properly. But this young lady is obviously damaged. Matter of fact, she's more than damaged. She's broken. I've been hearing this word for a few years about black men, right? That they're narcissists. A lot of them are narcissistic. And I looked up the term narcissistic personality disorder, right? And I'll tell you about that later. But can't forget that. But he was sitting there looking like he had a fresh cut and he was together and she got that tam. Now, I don't know no man that I've ever had, ever in my life, that's going to allow me, especially if we going out to the people. Because even though you're in your home, the whole world going to see you. The whole world is going to see you. You're going on a World Wide Web. Everybody. They're going to allow me to sit down and look like that. Now, it's okay if you run around in the house. She didn't have no shine on her, no lip gloss on. She didn't have her hair done. And I've seen pictures of her on her Instagram. She has a whole big head full of hair. She could have just pulled it back in a ponytail, put some lip gloss on for me, and it'd been fine, right? But the fact that you got on there looking trouble, let me tell y'all something. When people are going through something, it shows. They might can say whatever they want to say. Oh, I'm fine. Everything's wonderful. The world is great. But it shows. When you're not doing okay, it shows, right? And it was hard to watch this video. I watched it. I had to take my time because, when I first discovered it, I was at work. So I watched it when I got off work. I couldn't wait to really watch it in full and hear it all together, right? And it was disturbing. Now, it was disturbing on a couple of levels for me. For one, she didn't have herself together. For two, why did he let her get on there like that? Why? Why did he let her? Now, let me tell you something about somebody that's controlling and narcissistic. He wanted the attention to be shifted to her, to take it off of him. And in my opinion, he just threw her under the bus, period, because now the whole world is on her, right? And then he talked in the third person like he removed himself from it. See, listen, I told you I watch how folks do, right? He's saying that he's sorry and this and that God is helping him. So you got to be careful when people use God as a weapon, right? When they weaponize God. Yes, you go to the Lord for your help and your strength and to heal. But I don't believe him, period. I didn't believe him then. And then when I found out some other stuff, I was like, right? Because nobody, first of all, if you're sincere, you don't talk in the third person. and you don't allow your wife to come into the world, you don't put your wife who nobody's ever saw. Now, when you go on his social media page, you don't see her. When you go on hers, all you see is him. Unequally yoked. They're not balanced, right? And I don't know. And then, so I noticed that her face had broke out a little bit. And I didn't pay that much attention. But people were saying those are stress bumps. Could be, right? Because now then, she knows more than what we know. All we know is what they're seeing. A woman, when you're with a man, whether you have concrete evidence or not, you can feel when they cheat. You can feel when something ain't right. It's your woman's intuition. It's your Holy Spirit is what God gives you to your discernment. You know, right? Even if you don't know, you know, right? So I didn't like the way he had her looking on there, right? Now, since I saw that, now let me tell you, like I was going to say, yeah, she looks depressed and broken, right? And when you're hurting, you need to remove yourself from the situation, and especially off of social media. See, the day of the social media, sometimes social media can be too much. You don't have to tell everybody everything all the time, period, right? And especially when you're in a bad place, when you're in a black place, when you're in a sunken place. Social media ain't it, because people are going to comment. People are going to tell you stuff that's going to further get into your head. When you're trying to heal, you need to get off to yourself with you and God, period, right? So anyway, now, he put her out there. Her Instagram, she is a religious zealot, okay? She's a religious zealot. I don't know if she's a zealot because of what has been happening to her from him, or if I don't know, but she's a religious zealot. You can do too much of anything, right? Because then you become, you make no sense. You start making no sense, right? And that is what's going on with her. Now, I saw that just off her Instagram before I knew what I'm about to tell y'all now, right? I said, okay, she's either having a mental breakdown, or she's had it. She's confused, and she's just trying to find, what she's trying to do is heal herself and don't quite know how. Now, I believe this because I know these kind of men. I believe he has alienated all of her friends, all of her girlfriends, and her family. That's what I believe. Because, I have lots of girlfriends, and we talk, and we might talk for hours, we might talk for whatever, but, it's a check and balance with that. My girlfriend might tell me, like, hey, what you doing? Like, that's what your friends do, right? That's what your friends do. And she's not getting checked or balanced, right? And I just believe those kind of men, they alienate you. And she went home to her parents, and then her parents probably, of course, they're going to take her in, because she has kids anyway. But I think that they're probably used to this because he's been with her since college, right? And in their 30s. So he has been controlling her, manipulating her, and possibly abusing her. Verbally, emotionally, every type of way. I hope he's not putting his hands on her, but I believe that he can be aggressive based on another lady's conversation, and we'll talk about that in a minute, right? Okay, yeah, that's it. And the wife said that the bonnet was nice. So people were asking. So now she's talking back to the people, because people were so outraged at looking at the video with him and her. Now she's doing videos on Instagram on her page. And she said her bonnet, let me get it right now. Hold on. Let me get it right. Her bonnet was an armor of protection from God. Now, she done lost her whole mind. And I can't watch her videos. I look at it for a few minutes, but it's too sad. It's too sad, right? Because clearly something's wrong with her. And I look at her for a few seconds. I can't watch her because I get angrier and angrier. Because you in the house with your wife, she over here looking crazy. She looking crazy. Go get her. It's his job. See, listen, it's your man's job. When you go in the crazy tree to come get you down, that's on a normal circumstance. Now she got the whole world, she got the backlash of everyone in her comments. And they say her followers went up from, I'm just making up a number, 3,000 or 30,000. It went up tremendously in 2 or 3 days, right? So now you got all these people commenting on your life, and you're not together and you're not strong, because she's clearly not strong. And a lot of times, men like that, narcissistic men, controlling men, they pick that type of woman that's passive, non-threatening, right? And the conflict becomes, like the guy I was with was narcissistic, but I'm too strong of a woman for that, right? So we butted heads a lot, and I had to psychologically deal with him and whoop him, right? But most women are not equipped to deal with that type of man, right? Especially if you've never seen that, and she's young. You know, she's young, so she don't even know what's happening. She just caught up in a thing. She don't even know what's happening, right? Now, the young lady said his sex was good. Both ladies said that. So he looks good. He got a nice body. He's smart. He's manipulative. And he got good sex. That's a disaster, right? That's a disaster. And she's been with him probably all she knows. She's been with him since college. He's been controlling her and moving her like a chess, like pieces on a chessboard for a long, long time, right? So then it was found out. Now, I watch another blogger called The Plainest Jane. This is what appalled me. Now, the fact that he cheated and all that, that's what niggas do. They cheat, right? The Plainest Jane, the information she revealed, they are in a cult-like situation, right? Now, I've seen this guy come down my timeline on YouTube before. It's called the Ed Citronelli Ministries or Deliverance Center or something, right? I stay clear of churches that don't say so-and-so Baptist church or something related to the Bible. I stay clear of them. But anyway, I've seen this before. He, let me see, what's the way I want to say this? He gets the demons out of you, okay? And on public display. And it looks like a bunch of foolery and fuckery. But if you believe in that, you believe in that, right? But it's so clownish. So clownish. Y'all got to go. It's called Ed Citronelli. Just put his name in. It'll all come up. All the videos will come up. And he gets the demons like an exorcist. He performs exorcisms, I should say, right? And the people get clowning and doing all this stuff. Child, you got to see it. Now, that right there, we're going to put the cheating aside. And the fact that you put your woman up there looking crazy. The fact that you all belong to this further lets me know that she is not well at all. And he is one of the main characters. He ain't just sitting in the audience. So when they're delivering the, when they're performing the exorcism, Derek Jaxn is the one standing there with the ladies. He's up front and center. That's disturbing to me. That was disturbing. That was disturbing, y'all, because I don't know if he's for play, or if he's serious. Either way, it's not good. Because this woman cannot heal. And then she was in the front. Now, there's a lot of people there. She was on the stage one time holding the mic, looking distressed and prayerful. I don't know what's going on. All of that looks crazy. All of that. So now you got a narcissistic man on top of he's cheated with multiple women recently. Then he put you on for the world to see you looking like at your mammy. And now you all are associated with this cult-like church. That's a lot, right? That's a lot. That's a lot, right? That's a lot because I thought he was smarter than that. Because y'all go there when y'all see, and I don't even like looking at stuff like that too long because I don't want them spirits to jump off on me. I looked at it for a few minutes just to be aware of what it is. Because I've seen him before on TV. I've seen him on something, right? And it's the equivalent of that guy. It's worse than that guy to me. But it's the equivalent of that guy. That y'all see that commercial and they be like, I drunk the spring water and I got a check for $7,000, right? It's weird stuff like that, right? Just weird, right? So that's the kind of church they belong to. It's cult-like. It's cult-like. And, Ed Citronelli Ministries, right? Ed Citronelli Ministries. Now, here go the thing. Here go the thing. This is the thing. Besides them belonging to a cult-like church or ministry, Tasha K, I seen on YouTube, she told him, listen, you either talk to me or something she said. I don't want to put words in her mouth. Talk to me. Oh, she said publicly apologize to your wife or I'm going to tell the rest. I'm like, geez, what else could it be? Right? Well, she interviewed another woman who he was in a relationship with right now. Now, remember, he done made it a few days ago. He made this public, put him and this woman on there. We getting ourselves together. We healing through the grace of God, blah, 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 blah. Right? This is why I said they weaponize God. See, let me tell y'all something. As a real Christian, you can't play with God. You can't play with God. Don't ever. I would be afraid to. But anyway, this woman did not know exactly who he was. She just knew he talked or whatever. She don't have social media, which I don't understand. But I got a few friends who don't have social media. So it's not far-fetched to say that somebody don't have social media. Because I got some friends who don't even have cable. They don't know what the hell going on in the world, right? So it's hard for me to try to even get them to YouTube. They don't know, right? So she doesn't have social media. So she didn't even know about the backlash of him cheating, that he had a wife. She knew nothing of that. And I think somebody called her and told her. Now, she said when she tried to look it up, he had her blocked. So he had already had her blocked from all of his social media stuff. She couldn't get in on his YouTube or his Instagram or his Facebook. She couldn't get in, right? So she went on, used her cousin's girlfriend, whoever she used, and saw all of this and was appalled because she thought she was the one. And she thought him and the wife, again, were not living together. They were separated. Now, she said she never been to his house. Let me tell y'all something, ladies. I've told y'all this before. I don't care if you don't go there but one time. You must go to his house. You must go to his house. And if he's not making a big deal out of you going to his house from the beginning, he got something to hide. Remember that. I keep saying that. You cannot date a man that ain't never been to his house. It don't make sense. It don't make sense, right? She said she had never been to his house. He always came to hers. And they were in an entanglement for real from October until just a few days ago, right? Now, he has since put a gag order on her so she cannot speak. But Tasha K says she interviewed her Monday. I think he put the gag order out Wednesday or Thursday. Listen, y'all. You got to go to their house. You got to see how they live. Get to see if you can meet some of their folks. You just can't date a man that ain't never been in his house. That's just ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous, ludicrous, and all other kind of stuff, right? So she didn't know. So she was the perfect victim. I don't know how he picked her out. She said she was in Atlanta at Lenox Mall or something, walking, and he walked up to her. Now, the other ladies he got through his subscribers. This lady he walked up to. She's a surgeon. We can't see her face. She's not going to show her. Her name is Nick. That's all we know because of her profession. They started a relationship. She got pregnant, I think, within the first month. Now, they was been dating since October. This is what, March? Now, he was still currently dating her after he got on there and put his wife on there looking like old washwoman or something. He was dating this woman. Now, that's so bad on so many levels. First of all, you're a liar. You're a super liar. You ain't just a regular liar. You're a super liar, right? You are a super liar. You don't mean nothing that you say. Now, what I found out is that he had deals on the table. Those deals might be scrapped because people don't want to deal with liars, right? And a lot of times, if you're supposed to be he's the total opposite of what he has been preaching for years. He is the total opposite. How crazy do you have to be? The total opposite. The total opposite. And he had something going on with TD Jakes and something else. You know, Uncle TD ain't playing that. He ain't playing that. I don't know if they're going to have to pray over him and Sarah, what they're going to have to do. But I don't know if he can move forward with TD Jakes with this big, giant scandal and a lie. You know, TD been with his wife forever. You think he want to deal with somebody? Not on a public level. He might have to counsel him or something like that. But want to deal with somebody his whole platform was about how to treat women nice and good. And he's a good guy. He was the good guy. The good guy been lying all this time, y'all. And I watch other guy bloggers. They said they knew he was lying all the time. They knew he was lying all the time. I never thought about him being a liar. Because he was saying stuff that made sense. He was saying stuff that made sense. I didn't think he was lying. Because what he was saying wasn't a lie. The fact that he was perpetrating the lie because he wasn't that guy that he was talking about. Right? Because the stuff he said was truthful. He just wasn't living by it. So this lady said that he's now she shed a big light on it. She said that he can be controlling, he can be threatening. She said she went out of town to see her mom and them on Thanksgiving or Christmas, the family holiday. And she said he called her and he kept calling. And when she finally, got the phone and said, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" He said, "What are you doing there? Why you been there? How long you going to be there?" He was just aggressive out the gate, right? Now, this man got a whole wife. And told her to get back to Georgia now. He's been threatening a lot of times. She said he will sit in her parking lot and masturbate. Like, he's just all kind of weird. He's just a bananas dude. You just a bananas dude. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what's scary to me. As a single woman, you don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know who you're talking to. Because he looked absolutely fine. And his platform was a great platform had he been using those tools that he was telling everybody else to use. Right? That's scary. That's just a real scary, scary thought. And the fact that you have multiple women. These are just the ones that came out. The three that, and Tasha K interviewed all of them. These are just the three that came out. What about the ones that he hit and quit? What about the ones that we don't know? You know what I mean? And this poor woman is sitting here. We're watching her on the Instagram. I haven't looked at it a couple of days. I probably won't. I looked at it for research purposes, but it's too disheartening to watch somebody who I think, in my opinion, if she's not having a nervous breakdown, she's definitely a religious zealot, and that's not good. And her whole life and everything she says is God, God, God. I believe in God wholeheartedly. I believe in grace and mercy. I believe in all of that. But God does not want you to sit there and suffer and look like that. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want that. And whoever heard this man, Ed Ciccinelli, they're allowing this. This is your pastor. Your husband. So you got your husband and your pastor. These are two men you look up to. They're allowing you to be crazy for cuckoo puffs all over the place. All over the place. If this was a real church, a real pastor would get his deacons, or matter of fact, he might not even get the deacons. He would get the deaconesses or the mothers of the church. They would all group up together and go see about her. That's what a real church do, right? I'm not saying they haven't. I just know that it doesn't look good, and she's unraveling, and now he is unraveling, right? He's unraveling, because he's letting her do that. He wants attention off of him, right? And let me see what else about this lady. She said he was very controlling and territorial. Oh, she said he talks down to you all the time. Now, she's only been with him since October. She said she know this woman been with him for years, that he has totally broken her. She said she knows this. Because she said, you know how you just be in the house regular? You ain't got no makeup on. You ain't got your lashes on. You just in there regular. He told her, don't do that. Always get yourself together. Always keep yourself together. Get out of my face till you get together. So he's mean too, right? He's mean. Also, this lady was pregnant. She was pregnant and got an abortion, and then he pretended like he was mad that she got the abortion. See, he do a lot of game play, a lot of mental play. Dangerous dude. Dangerous dude. Dangerous dude. And he's young. He's in his 30s, right? Yeah, she said she wouldn't put it past domestic violence. Oh, and then Tasha put up a text from this woman, and the text was from him to her, stating that he was coming to her office. See, he wants to talk to her, which I would be scared. Because she told him, she blocked him, said, no, I'm done. After she saw all this was going on, said, no, I'm done. And so then he called from somebody else's phone. Just let me explain it to you in person. She said, there's nothing to talk about. I'm done. So he keeps calling her now because he wants to talk to her in person. If somebody tell you no, no is no. So nobody's ever told him no. That's obvious. Nobody's ever told him no, right? So he said, and I fear for this lady's life because she didn't told too much. She told too much, right? She told that she was pregnant. She told that she's in a relationship with him right now. When he made that video, they was in a relationship. They had just had sex on the 18th. When was the 18th? Last Thursday? She talked to Tasha Monday, so that was like the 20th, 21st, 22nd, right? They just had sex, right? This guy is something else. He beat the cake. This is the guy of all guys. The guy of all guys, the dogs of all dogs, right? And he did it on a platform. Nobody will ever believe you again in life. And especially when your whole platform was about being a good guy, how to treat a woman, how to be nice. And, he crucified other dudes. John Gray sent him a text, too. He crucified John Gray. He talked about other guys and what they did and how wrong they was and what they should have did. And in the meanwhile, you're doing the same thing. The same thing. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah. Somebody in the comments, a lot of people in the comments, that he needs a restraining order. Let me tell y'all something. So I looked up narcissistic personality disorder. And it was 10 traits to look for. And so I just thought, you're a narcissist. You just think everything revolves around you. You didn't know it was an actual disorder. It's a disorder, right? And when people have been manipulating and puppeting you around and you decide to stop, that's when it becomes a problem. And I fear for this lady. I don't fear for the other two ladies. I fear for this lady because he keeps calling her and wants to see her in person. Instead of focusing on his wife who is breaking down. She's broken already. Wife is broke. She's broke. And I don't know where her mom and dad is. I don't know if they probably not on social media either. But somebody need to get her. And get the help. She needs to decompress and just sit with herself. And if you still want to be with him, fine. I just think it's a bad situation. That church is a bad situation. The husband is a bad situation. She got 2 little kids. Like, how is she going to parent 2 little kids? If y'all go on her page, her name is, what did I say her name was? And the way she got her name broke down on the thing was strange, too, on the social media. Her Instagram is Dania Jaxn. Daniah Jaxn. That's her name, right? But, you know, when they break it down, it looks real weird. She got underscore. It looks weird. But anyway, something about these narcissistic men. Like, I've had girlfriends tell me they're dating, and I dated one out for a long, long time. Now, let me tell you what I watched last night. Funky Dineva did an interview with Melanie Hope, and he asked all the questions that we wanted to know. Melanie Hope from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, she was truthful until she got to the part about Tasha, but we ain't going to talk about that another time when I talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. But she said they had a good 10 years before he started cheating on that she know of. So he started cheating in 2017. He was very narcissistic. Now, let me tell y'all the reason why I brought this up. Funky Dineva was interviewing this woman. They had the split screen. Funky Dineva said, oh, somebody from Huntsville calling me now. She said, is it a 975 number? He said, yeah. She's like, that's Martell. And he kept calling and kept calling. So Funky Dineva was like, you see me interviewing, man. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you when I'm done interviewing her, and I'll interview you too. He kept calling. He had to turn his phone off. That's crazy. And they're already divorced now. But he cannot. Narcissistic men, if they've ever had control over you, they don't want to let control of you. They want to have power over you. Nobody has power over you but God, right? And these men, once they lose the power and the control, they begin to unravel. And I was with a guy, the first guy I was ever with, my oldest son's father, was like that. And it took me years. And I'm going to talk about that whole situation in my book whenever I get the time to finish it. It took me years for him. I was done, but it took him, and I was young. You know, I met him when I was 17 in school. He was older than me. It took me years to get him to get me out of his system and to leave me alone and leave every man I've ever been with alone. Right? And back then, they wasn't doing restraining order shit. Nigga crazy, just crazy. You get your brother in them, which is what I had to end up doing, getting my family members involved. But, you know, today they don't really play that stalking. But I was getting stalked, and there was no such thing before they made the stalking law and all that stuff. But that's a very dangerous situation. And I feel sorry for the ladies. I feel sorry for his wife, because he clearly don't give a damn about her. He don't give a damn about her. Because he know that she's on there. Like, you know, if you live with somebody, you know them. And you can hear them, you know. And so now he is taking the heat off of him and put it on her. He got the whole world looking at her. That's a dirty low down. You going to hell. Right now, he should be holding her, hugging her, and assuring her that she's the most beautiful thing in the world, and he love her, and he want to be with her. And go get her damn hair done. That's what he need to be doing. So anyway, y'all, I just had to talk about that. Now, back to the live. I'm going to do a live real soon, probably next weekend, because I can't get my teeth out until, so the dentist called me Thursday, and said, I have to go back to the oral surgeon for a consultation. Shit, y'all was just in there, y'all. Come on, you know. So the dentist then saw me, took x-rays. Now I got to go to the oral surgeon, get x-rays. And then, but I don't have an appointment until April 27th. So it'll probably be May, first week in May before I get my teeth out. So I got to suffer for a whole month. It don't hurt now. I think I found a cocktail to rid the pain. I take 4 ibuprofens and 2 Tylenol. That's what they said to do, and it's been working, so we'll see. But anyway, y'all, thanks for listening to me. Thanks for being a part of the Jack Squad. Everybody remember Black Lives Matter. Oh, remember I told y'all about all that violence was going on in Cleveland, right? So they caught one of the guys that killed the woman. He killed his girlfriend, shot her, and threw her out on the highway like she was a piece of McDonald's bag, right? They caught him. And I told my daughter, because the way he looked like a bum. See, ladies, we got to stay away from these bum-ass niggas. You can't make them. You see, a lot of times as women, especially young women, you want to make them into what you want them to be. You can't do that. You cannot do that because he's not going to appreciate that. If he's a bum in his heart, that's who he going to be. You can dress him up all you want. He's still a bum in his heart. And she just been dating this guy not long. He killed her, took her car, I guess took her a little money. You know, these niggas killing about the stimulus money, this income tax. They killing you about it, right? They don't want to work. They don't want to do hustle. They don't want to do nothing. They want to kill you and take yours. So anyway, I had told my daughter, I said, when they find him, he's going to be hiding in the closet somewhere. Because he looked at that like that type of nigga, right? Sure enough, they found him hiding in the closet. And I bet the people whose house he was hiding in, I bet they were the ones that called, said, get this nigga out of here. You know what I'm saying? He was hiding in the closet. Now, you're going to spend the rest of your life in the penitentiary killing somebody about their few little dollars. He shot her. He shot her several times. Threw her out like the fact that you threw her out on the highway. He threw her out on the highway. They found she was laying on the highway, right? The fact that you threw her out on the highway, that's going to get you the rest of your life, okay? But anyway, I digress. But anyway, y'all, like I said, thanks for watching Jacquie with the Cute. Let me shout out my subs again. My subs are Keith the Hamilton, Lemon Drop 4606, and my girl Nene Tubbs. So anyway, y'all, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Keep your mask on. Black Lives Matter. And let's do better. Bye-bye.